So this video should be coming out around pretty much when the new year starts, according to people around the other side of the world from the United States of America. But I'm mentioning this specifically because I know at least some of my viewers are from literally the other side of the world. Whether you're in Asia or whether you're in Europe, you get the point. I think we're at Scars, by the way, so this is going to be a real interesting run. But yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. This will probably be the first video of the year for some people. This will be kind of the second to last video, unless I don't put out a second one later on. What am I doing here, by the way? Scars? Yeah, Scars. But yeah, let's just get into it. So for timestamp's sake, let's get into Goizo Scars, random item stats, custom character. And I did put only one custom mystery. It's Battlefields, because I wanted to test something. I did test something already, but I just kind of added a bit more, and we'll see what happens. And I'll explain when I get there. So Dexterity, second mystery, knowledge, strength, light source, and then maybe a second encounter check. But yeah, most of our damage is going to come from the quote-unquote spell uses. I'm going to call it skills, but I'll use those terms interchangeably. That's really confusing, I know, but so off we go. But there's not really much else to test, because I know that this part works. It's just that I did used to use as we get Kana, Ward, Battlefields, Nails, and Household Hell, I did use random 6 before, or random underscore any number. And if you don't know what that means, in the Perm plugin specifically, you can specify random underscore a number. I'll just use 6 to be simple here. And so what that means is that the game or what happens is that a 112, I think 1d12 is rolled, and you succeed or fail based off of, well, the number that you put in. So if the number is higher or lower, you succeed or fail based on if you are doing better than that number or not. But I forgot what actually is what counts as success or a failure, because I swear I'm going crazy when I mentioned that I forgot which I forgot if rolling a higher number than the number that you specify in random X is a success or a failure. But basically, you can get 2 different results based off this. So, shrug. That's 10 experience, 3 doom. My goodness. But yeah, aside from that, just testing kind of. And then slowly working on events. These are not, whatever CGs you see in Battlefields are not the end result. Because again, to note one more time, I am making a mystery for a custom character. And if you know, then you know. But if you don't know, just know that I was going to make 2 versions of it anyway. It's not going to be that much different. I usually like to add a lot of variability in terms of things are different if you're not playing the quote-unquote what's the word I'm looking for here as I wait for these small EOs? The appropriate character. That's not the word I want to use, but basically, so say... No, I can't say. But without using a specific character, I want a mystery to be largely satisfying, even if you're not playing the character, and therefore would require that you have to... Oh, by the way, we have Ward, I forgot. It would require that you have other ways to deal with the mystery, let's just say that much. And off we go. By the way, I need funds because of this hospital pass. So we're going to grab these 3 repairs. We're going to police patrol the downtown area, but also grab handcuffs. And then into Ward we can go later. That being said, there are, I don't know, there's not really anything here, just a hospital pass. We have 0 funds, but we'll trade off reason for it. I don't like to trade off reason, but hey. Also, yes, I did note, do note here that just to go over these talks really quickly, at least the one, cost -1 all, deal 4 damage, you deal double damage, or you deal 8 damage if the enemy also deals all damage. And the same thing for the other 2 spells, which I think I flipped the effects, so now Pestering is Reason, and Hounding is Stamina, just so, because I felt like Hounding counted more for Stamina, and Pestering was more Reason-based, so, shrug. I did nearly make a mistake, and I also have to check to see if they're removing their costs correctly, because I have, before I have made mistakes on costs, and it's really simple typo things. I did want to mention something else, so here's the event. It's not really anything, this is a luck check now. It wasn't a luck check, but I just wanted to make sure. Also looking at the how the words are played out, I think I only added like 1 hashtag here, so everything, well, obviously 2 hashtag tags in these paragraph breaks, but also making sure that everything fits correctly in the box and looks relatively organized. But aside from that, yeah, Not really much else to look at here. Just also testing spell uses as well. Again, to note, one thing I was always concerned about with spells was that if you run into a double enemy, you end up running into the problem that is, hey, I can't use a spell on enemy B, which is quite troublesome, but it's not the worst thing in the world, and that is -1 all, thankfully, or for better or worse. But because we don't have stamina, we have to use Pestering Talk so that we don't die. So, let's just move on. But otherwise, yeah, not really too much to this video aside from the corrections I made, the little tests I wanted to see, checking whether or not the words are properly, not organized, but they're properly on the screen in a way that looks nice, and yeah, just adding another spell, skill, whatever you want to call it, into Word We Go. Now, otherwise, again, I want to repeat here that these 3 spell skills make the run a lot easier with this character. On top of the fact that using this evidence here, this perm item evidence item that I've made, I used item twice, but you get what I'm saying. It makes things easier overall. So, but I think it fits more immersiveness. If I wanted to make this harder, though, there is a way to make it all harder, and really it would just be. I probably wouldn't just up the cost of everything by 1, but I would. Most likely, we need the package, by the way. Actually, we're planning to one-shot this boss, but you never know, right? So we'll just take the package to the boss. That way, at least we're not losing item space. And I forgot what I was going to talk about. I guess I'll just move on for now. But, oh yeah, so I would just probably make these cost like 1 to 2 instead. That way, overall, you're taking an extra 0.5 damage. Now, if you're unlucky, you just take up 6 damage upon 3 uses, but overall, I think it's a very good compromise with what we have right now, because you cannot remove 0.5 HP from yourself in World of Horror. So split the difference, or Band-Aid fix is just to do 1 to 2 and choose 1. But otherwise, I think we should be able to fight this relatively easy. Now, that being said, even though I said all of this that I've added makes things easier, it's still quite. You'll still see my Doom at least get pretty high, because I had to focus there because I've missed handcuff tech before. It'll get pretty high because using the evidence over and over, it does grant more damage, but you don't want to keep taking damage. Again, I've mentioned it before. I think I'll kind of hound on the point again, is that you really want your combat or if at least your combat, to be a lot better as the run goes on. Because if it stays as it is, especially with bad RNG, you can definitely just lose the run on Harbinger difficulty. Again, I need to state that again for the record, because yeah, it's easy to forget. I could go for 3 kicks here, but meh. Also, what I didn't do is just have these tied to having evidence equipped, but I'll fix that, I guess, afterward. That's what I should have done, but I was kind of pressed for time. So we're gonna gamble on a 73.2%. I think that's the number right now. I want to pull it. I have a calculator up. Funny enough, so 72.9%. I even get that wrong. So 90% 3 times is 72.9%. And if I'm wrong about that, then I'm just calculating wrong. But otherwise, evidence we go. I think we'll be okay here. Do I want to gamble again? We don't need to gamble. We're good. I thought there was a way to make kicks in particular. Yeah, there was, because Aaron does it, so I just need to copy-paste that. So, I actually wanted to say pasta, not because of the reasons you think, but because of I was eating spaghetti. Spaghetti is a really low-cost food, as a weird tangent note. For me, anyway, especially if you don't add any meat of any kind, but which is kind of what my diet needs to be. Although, to that end, spaghetti sauce, or sauce in general, tends to have. Does it actually have it? I have to check which we use, because I guess it depends on if you make your homemade sauce, obviously you have the control. But if you didn't already hear about it before, I think I've mentioned it, but to mention it again. Wait, is this evidence perception? I don't even remember now. Well, we're just gonna heal. Actually, we'll heal stamina. But I'm on a specific diet, and I need to eat less, basically, animal products in general. But as we fight this encounter here, yeah, stamina damage. I don't think I want to spend any more Doom, so we're just gonna do Hounding Talk on its own. And I think we just do it 3 times, and we should be able to desperate kick our way out. We lose 3 stamina for it, but overall, again, the kind of math behind this is that we deal about 6 damage per kick, and this Kabuki boss had 30 HP. So assuming we even hit 6 per... we do 6 damage per turn, we take 2 stamina damage at least 4 times before we can get out, which means we would have taken, like, anywhere from 6 to 8 stamina damage minimum. I'm not doing my math correctly right now, but just it was definitely 6 stamina damage minimum, which then I just spent 3 stamina and pretty much one-shot him. So, yeah, off we go. And still, I am kind of struggling, especially with my stamina and reason being so low. I should rest here, but I'm just going to be a little bit risky here. Although, if we run into like 2 encounters in a row, I think we'd lose. Yeah, so you know what? We're going to retreat for stamina. Fungal growth doesn't matter. My thing is already low. My reason is a lot lower, but I still don't care. So, shrug. Let's move on. But otherwise... could grab students, but instead... oh, this is a no threat level mansion. Not even low, no threat level mansion. We can check out the mask, I believe. That will be nice, but it won't be necessary. I did think about basically swapping the costs around, so Serious and... or sorry, Pestering and Hounding use the opposite. That way... you're basically, it's a bit more strategic as opposed to, oh, I'm fighting a stamina enemy, use stamina spell, or hey, I'm fighting a reason enemy, use reason spell. That way you're thinking more about what you could lose, but I felt like that maybe that's the change I make if I want to make this harder, but it's fine for now. I mean, I haven't really, by the way, I have not released any of this publicly yet, so, yeah, it is what it is as it is. And you would need the perm plugin anyway. I need to keep stating that because it is part of the... it is part of, well, the perm plugin. This evidence custom item and these 3 spells. But, do we just want to run here? I think we just want to run here if possible. We do. What god are we even on? Goizo. Okay, so resting would have been bad anyway. So, I think I did relatively well, but... you never know, right? My Doom is definitely shooting up through the roof, but if we can, yeah, if we leave this mystery now, we should be pretty okay for the lighthouse. So, without further ado, we have 10 knowledge, so we have a 6 stamina limit and well, 7 reason is more than enough, but I'm just looking at the lighthouse checks right now. So, second encounter, second mystery, no Takshi-san, walk up, feel pain, do good. But yeah, without further ado, not really much else to mention. I should be really working on the graphics to the mystery I want to make, but boy, oh boy, that's going to be the longest part. I will say right now, we did Kana into Battlefield because I needed the Hospital Pass reward. But yeah, for World of Warcraft custom content, for me, the longest part is always going to be making art. Period. Even though a lot of the time I will most likely be using base World of Horror images here and there, so I don't need to modify anything at the in-game, modify, manipulate, or do anything weird with the game files. You literally just print screen what you see on screen after you scale the thing by 1. Also, that I wonder what that looks like on OBS. But anywho, not really much else to say. If you have anything to say, you know what to do. If you want to support me or not, you know what to do. Thank you for watching. Not going to take up much more of your time. Bye. Happy New Year.